Today's tutorial is for Geoff and Mike the ducks. This tutorial is the exact same for both types of ducks, but if you want to make the yellow one, you can follow this tutorial, just ignore all the color changing. Welcome back to Yarnybox. If you don't already have your Geoff and Mike kits, you can head to yarnybox.com and pick up yours today. Don't forget to join our email list where you'll get a free pattern every 2 weeks. In your Yarnybox kit, you'll find that the first round has already started for you. This is called the magic ring. Inside this magic ring, there are 6 stitches. This part is the tail, and you can put that aside for now. Purple stitch marker is marking where you're going to put your hook in for the first time. As you can see, you can tighten and loosen this loop by pulling on it like this. And the blue stitch marker is marking the very first stitch of the round. So if you pull on the blue stitch marker, you'll see there's a tiny little hole in there. That's where you're going to be inserting your hook to make a stitch. So the top part, it looks like a horizontal V, and that's how you see where the stitch is. Each stitch looks like a horizontal V. So you can go around the circle and count. You should have 6 V's. So you can take out the purple stitch marker, and now I'm going to show you how you can hold the hook. So you can either hold it like this, which is like a pencil, or you can hold it like this, which is like a knife. I personally find it easier to hold the hook like a pencil, but figure out what works best for you and go ahead and use it that way. So insert your hook into the working loop, and then you can pull on it to tighten it around the hook. Don't tighten it too much, but just a little bit. And now I like to wrap the working yarn, which is the yarn attached to the ball, a couple times around my finger like this, and that gives me pretty good tension to work with. So make sure that the working yarn is not too tight and not too loose. And again, we're going to be inserting our hook exactly where that blue stitch marker is. So pop out the stitch marker. And then the very first horizontal V that you can see in the magic ring, insert your hook and you'll find that the V sits right on top of your hook like this. So you should currently have 3 loops on your hook. And then grab your yarn with your hook like this. Make sure your yarn hook is pointing downwards like that, or else it's going to be really hard to slide the yarn through the hole. So with your hook facing down, pull the working yarn through the V. Make sure to only pull the yarn through the first 2 loops there and not the third one that's far back on your hook. And now you're going to grab the working yarn again with your hook and pull through the last 2 loops on your hook. Now we're going to go in the exact same hole that we were just in and do the same thing. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through again. So what we just did was we made 2 single crochets in the same hole, meaning that's an increase. So we went from 1 stitch to 2 stitches. So now you can see there are 2 new V's in the circle. That's last stitch we made, and that's the first stitch we made. So 1 and 2. Go ahead and mark that second V stitch. That's going to mark the beginning of this round. So pop in a stitch marker. And now we're going to continue on the round. So in the next stitch, that's right there. So if you tug on your yarn a bit, you'll be able to see better where we were last. So in the next stitch, insert your hook, yarn over, and pull the yarn through. And now yarn over and pull the yarn through again. That is 1 single crochet. So we're going to go in the exact same hole again. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through again. So that is our second increase. So what we just did was made 2 single crochets in 1 stitch, meaning that we've done 2 increases so far, but we've made 4 stitches. So again, in the next stitch, we're going to make another 2 single crochets. So that's the second one coming in. And what we're doing is we're doubling the stitch count of this round. So again, in the next stitch, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through again, and in the same hole again, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Next stitch, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. That's one single crochet. Now to make the second one, and this is the very last one, so yarn over, pull through, and again, yarn over, pull through. Okay, so what we've done is we made 6 increases or 12 single crochets. So now if you go around the circle, you should be able to count 12 horizontal V's. So take out your stitch marker, and now we're on to round 2. So in this stitch here, where your stitch marker was, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and now yarn over, pull through again. This is the first stitch of the second round, so we can stop here and mark this stitch. And now reinsert your hook, and in the next stitch, we're going to make another increase. So again, that's 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. So that's the stitch we just did. And now we're going to go in the next stitch. So in this stitch here, pop your hook in, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through again. So that's 1 single crochet, and now we're going back in the exact same hole. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through again. So that was 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. So now we're going into the next stitch and making 1 single crochet. And now in the next stitch, we're going to make 2 single crochets. So this round is alternating between 1 single crochet increase. So now in the next stitch, we're making 1 single crochet. That's 1. And then in the next stitch, we're making 2 single crochets. So that's 1 single crochet and a second one in the same stitch. And now single crochet. And now increase. So 2 in the same. That's 1 and 2. And now single crochet. And then increase. Single crochet, increase. And now we're back at the stitch marker, and you should be able to count 18 little V's in your circle. You'll know if you did that round correctly if you end the round on an increase. So now that we have 18 stitches, we're going to move on to round 3. So take out your stitch marker and reinsert your hook. And now insert your hook in the next stitch and make a single crochet. And now we're going to mark this. This is the first stitch of round 3. And then in the next stitch, we're going to make another single crochet. So 1 single crochet in the next stitch. And then in the next stitch, we are going to make an increase. So that's 1 single crochet and 2 single crochets in the same stitch. And now we're going to make a single crochet each in the next 2 stitches. So that's 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, increase. So 2 single crochets in the same stitch. And then single crochet, single crochet, increase. So the pattern of round 3 is 2 single crochets, increase, 2 single crochets, increase. And you're going to do this all the way around the circle until you get back to the stitch marker. If you're having trouble gliding the yarn through all the stitches, there might be a few different things happening. You might be not holding your hook parallel to your body, so make sure that your hook is always horizontal and not vertical, and that's going to let the yarn slide easily through the stitches. The other thing is that your tension might be way too tight, and if that's the case, shake out your shoulders and loosen up your tension, and the yarn should be able to glide a lot smoother through the holes. So now that we're back at the stitch marker and that we've ended on an increase, we can take out the stitch marker and move on to round 4. Round 4 is going to be our last round with increases. So currently we have 24 stitches and we're going to go up to 30. So in the next available stitch, we're going to place a single crochet. And then, as per usual, we're going to mark that stitch. And now in the next stitch, make another single crochet. And then in the next stitch, make another single crochet. And now we're going to make an increase. So 2 single crochets in the same stitch. That's 1 and 2. And then in the next 3 stitches, we're going to do a single crochet. So single crochet in the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, and increase. So for round 4, it's 3 single crochets in a row and then an increase, and that's going to bring us up to 30 stitches. So increase and then single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, increase. And just keep repeating that around the circle until you get back to the stitch marker. And again, you should be ending the round on an increase. So now that we're done increasing, we now have the base of the duck. Either you're making the mallard and you've done it in brown, or you've made the yellow one and you're gonna do the entire duck in yellow. Now we're going to weave in that tail that I told you not to worry about. So go ahead and grab your yarn needle and thread the tail through the yarn needle. And now what we're gonna do is just poke the needle through different holes in the bottom, just weaving it back and forth through random stitches in the bottom, and that's gonna secure the tail and make sure that it doesn't come undone. Before you do this, just make sure you tug really tight on the tail and make sure that hole is shut. In part 2, I'm going to show you how to make the rest of the body for the duck, and I will see you there.